What is going on, guys? Dan with PC Tech Hustle coming at you guys with a very different video, obviously very vloggy style, and I don't really cover vloggy style videos much, but I'm beginning a studio, well, actually build, because I never really had a studio. I just kind of had a desk and a room, and it's completely open to the rest of my house. There's no doors to it. So we are embarking on not only creating a legit style studio, but also something that'll definitely be more conducive to the feel of the channel, which I've never really been happy with this room. It's served me well for what I've done, but at the same time, I've just not been super happy. So this video is basically going to be that in its entirety, and this video, the whole build series, is also going to take a while, so it's going to be broken up into multiple videos. But phase one basically is going to be covering the beginnings of the studio build, and the beginning things that we're going to be doing today in this video is just a teardown of my desk and a big old clunky shelf that I've had a long time that's kind of really just become a place for me to hoard parts at this point. So, and let me just give you a quick tour too of what we're working with, because some parts of this room you guys have never seen before. So I kind of want you guys to get an idea of what the room looks like now, and then we're gonna proceed into the build and phase one completion of the studio rebuild. Alrighty guys, so as mentioned, this room is just like a front room to my home, and it is a very open concept. It's kind of like what you want to make it to be. Either we did at one point have it as a dining room. It's pretty small for a dining room. We had a large table. It works better as an office, as an open office, but it also is tough for recording because it is open to the rest of my house, meaning I have a lot of echo for one, and I don't have privacy with recording my videos. Say if the kids are playing, doing whatever, making noise. I mean, even just the smallest noise is captured, so loud noises! I don't have any way of blocking that. So in phase two, we will cover, once I get a contractor out here to close off this area, and we'll basically be kind of building the wall out a little bit, and then thinking something like French doors to close in this part of the room. I don't know, you guys definitely let me know what you think, what might be a good idea, because I'm really still kind of on the fence on how I want to take care of that. But that'll be for phase two, and obviously I'll be covering that in a different video. But let's take a look at the room, what we're dealing with. As I mentioned, I have this big clunky shelf I'm going to get rid of. And also notice I got lights that are just kind of not even in the room because they take up so much space, and this room is just not well organized for a YouTube studio. So like I said, I'm going to get rid of this shelf. It's a nice shelf. I really hate to part ways with it, but it's just way too big for what I'm going for. And the desk being just kind of just plopped in the center of the room. Still cool because I get a nice view outside, and you know, now that I'm basically permanently work from home for my day job, it's nice to have all the window settings. So I don't mind the setup, it's just not good for YouTube. But anyway, I'm blabbering. So basically what we're going for is I got 3 countertops that I got from Home Depot, and we're going to be staining and finishing them, and then building out a kind of U shape. We're going to have one that's running along that wall, then along the back wall by the window, and then the other one coming out from the wall in a U shape that'll kind of look more like a Paul's Hardware type setup. And then basically it'll allow me to position my camera better instead of on the view that you guys are more used to. If you're my subscribers and seen my videos before, it'll kind of bring the camera over here and have like a backdrop on the wall. So that'll allow me to move this desk over and back, so that way I have more room. And then ultimately the goal with that also is to be able to kind of push stuff more into the corner there. That way I can turn on this wall, which you guys have probably never seen, and because that's where my camera is pointing towards me. And this will be kind of like a build station. Obviously we'll have a little bit more wall with phase two there, as it'll kind of come out to that corner there. But then I'll have an area where I can do my builds and film it basically with just the swivel of the camera, which will be really nice. So I'll keep everything in this room, and I won't be doing things like shots here or shots from my kitchen, which is over that way, for build. So honestly, it's just a lot of mess that I'm dealing with here. I mean, I got stuff all on the floor. I'm gonna have to come up with a little bit better storage design, so that way I don't have things just sitting everywhere like they are right now. But since the room isn't super functional, I've kind of enabled myself that way to get lazy with organization. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to cover this in, obviously I thought I'm putting this much effort into building a studio. I want to cover it with you guys. If you're some of my OGs, you've definitely seen this channel evolve, even this room really, because even that shelf didn't really have a lot of stuff. It used to just have some books and stuff on it. So I wanted to cover this just basically as a form of entertainment for you guys, as well as documenting it since I'm putting so much effort into it. Basically, in this video, we're just going to cover the main things of just redoing my desk setup. And like I said, I'm working on a contractor to try to figure out what to do with this wall space. I'm not real sure yet. Definitely let me know in the comments, guys, if you got ideas or if you're general contractors yourselves. I'm open to anything right now. It's really hard to get a hold of general contractors because of the lumber shortages and all the things going on. And in Texas, houses are going up like crazy, so it's really tough to get that going. But anyway, that'll be phase 2. But phase 1, like I said, desk, shelf, and at this point, it's just going to be a build montage for you guys. So I'm going to cut over to that now. We're going to tear down this room and then cut over into finishing up the countertop, so that way we can set everything up here in this room and have it all nice looking, at least in the phase 1 format, so that way you guys can get an idea of what I'm going for. So on with the montage. Alrighty guys, so I think I'm going to call it here for phase one. Clearly the room still has tons of work to do. Let's just take a quick spin around and gander at that. So the main things I really wanted to accomplish today were getting all the desks up on the furniture spacers that I got going on here, which is really nice. I took this kind of from Jay's 2 cents, and I think Random Frank P may have been the entrepreneur with this style. I really like it. It elevates, and it actually makes my server slash network slash all the above very easy to access and manage for me. But I didn't buy enough, so I still have this table low, unfortunately, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I should be able to get those in a day or two. Obviously, I still have to set up my PC so I can get functional in this room again. I wasn't really gonna take you through all that just because, well, honestly, I mean, it's not even gonna be in its final state, so you guys will probably see just in other videos non-related to this one, kind of how the room sits in phase one as an operational state. But like I said, the phase one was just getting the desk stuff mocked up, done, finished, the room cleared out, all that. I still have so much more to do in terms of cleanup and all that, and I'm just gonna save you guys that. So stay tuned to phase two, which will be basically more of this room set up. Not exactly sure what phase two yet will be. Hopefully I can get that contractor out here to close off this room because, yeah, I mean, it's still very echoey and I really need to get that taken care of. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this content, like always, make sure you give it a like, get subscribed to the channel so that way you guys can keep in touch with this project in its entirety and any other of my videos. But thanks for tuning into this one though, guys. I appreciate your time, and I will catch you guys in the next one.